It is once again time for the Teebs and KidPhoenix versus podcast. I am Kid Phoenix. That's Teebs. He's on the video. And Teebs, I gotta ask you, you debuted the sunglasses for the free floating hostility episode.
Yeah, that's
You're just coming in hot with the glasses every week. That's your
Look,
plan.
there's 2 things. There's 2 things. I like the look.
The look is pretty nice.
I mean, you have hats. Your thing is the hat, and my thing can be the sunglasses. How
No,
about that?
that's fine. That's fair. I was just wondering, like, are there things that are just like making you upset every week, or like
No,
what's
and plus I have trouble sleeping, and I'm
uh,
not particularly I don't think my eyes can look particularly nice, and they're
well,
pretty baggy and puffy, and I look like I could smuggle immigrants
okay.
under my
I am
eyeballs.
totally editing that. I'm editing that
No,
in
you're
post.
not.
I'm
No,
totally
you're not.
editing that. Jesus Christ. All right, we're off to a rough start already. We're off to a rough start already. If you're not getting like, so what? Melatonin? Like none of that's working?
I don't know what to tell you, man.
All right. Switch to decaf, man.
It's look,
You're out here drinking coffee that's basically motor oil. Like I've been to your house. I know what coffee you keep in the cupboards, man. You can power your automobile on the coffee you drink.
it's an ongoing issue.
Okay, all right. Perfect segue. Ongoing issues, or how about ongoing movies and TV? How about that? It is.
Sure. Nice. What a
I
segue.
tried. I try as best I can sometimes to keep this thing on the tracks. It is the 2026 SOS podcast, and that stands for Summer of Sequels. I had this idea based on a prompt from a listener that we have, so I just want to give Sarah a quick shout out.
With
This
all
is
with
just
in
go ahead.
with all, Sarah is not in fact a listener, but
Oh, she's
I have
well.
told
We just have to scrap this podcast then.
I did tell her about the podcast, and she'd offer it up. She's a very talented writer and a thinker on all things pop culture. And I told her about the podcast, and she came up with some prompts, some good ideas for
Well, that
potential
was
content.
well, that was nice of
So
her.
it was very nice of her, and hopefully she'll be on the podcast at some
We'll
point.
have
That'd be
yeah,
great.
we'll have to get her on the pod at some point.
Yeah.
There is one particular controversial prompt that we don't have to discuss right now, but we will eventually. But this
Yes,
episode we're talking about
it's a very controversial prop.
it's very
It's
divisive.
very
But this
divisive.
podcast we're talking about sequels and the 2026 summer of sequels. I feel like we can make this like a yearly thing
It
because
looks like we have made this a yearly thing because
have
it's the
we?
second annual.
Oh, okay. I was not aware of that. All right, well, now it's official. Now it's officially in the rotation.
All right.
There are always sequels coming out, and be it now that it's the summertime, kids are getting out of school, parents are going to need some things to do that, they can just sit down for 2.5 hours and just kind of let the kids enjoy themselves at the movies in the glorious air conditioning. So let's discuss, what's coming out. More importantly, what we're interested in, what we're psyched about. If Teebs is in fact psyched for anything. Like I don't know. I sent Teebs a list of summer movies that were coming out that are either sequels, remakes, or reboots. I didn't necessarily do TV. Like there are some things coming out on TV, like the new season of House of the Dragon. But I was just wondering, does that technically could that count as a sequel? Like it's a new
It's a
season?
prequel.
No,
The
no, no, no.
show is a prequel.
No. I mean, like season 3 of an ongoing TV series. Is that technically a sequel, or is it just like I don't know? Like it's a
I
sequel to
say yes.
season 2.
Season 2?
Okay, this is getting too complicated. All right, so
Yes.
no, new seasons of ongoing television shows do not count, and there were no reboots or remakes coming out this summer to hit on. Teves did mention something before we recorded, but that's not coming out until October. But you know what? Screw it. We'll let him mention it anyway if he so chooses. But here's the plan. I have a list of 3 sequels, sequels, reboots, or remakes that I have here that I'm looking forward to slash have seen already. I've seen one of these. I'll just preface this right now. And then Teebs also has his list, and then we're just gonna dive into a little bit of commentary that was provided by Sarah here. So, who would like to do the first on their list?
You go right ahead.
Okay. So, this my first one, kind of cheating because while this movie did come out in May, it did come out after Memorial Day, I believe, which is the unofficial start to summer. So, I'm going to preface this and I'm going to defend it in that fashion. The first movie that I'm talking about is Mortal Kombat 2. Listen, no, no, no. You take your hand off your forehead right now and you listen to me. You listen to me. You look me right in the eye. You look up right now. Mortal Kombat 2. Okay, the first Mortal Kombat movie came out during COVID. It's
No,
unfortunate.
oh,
Yes, it
okay,
did. No,
okay.
the first Mortal Kombat movie
Yeah.
from
You're gonna need to specify.
okay. The the Mortal Kombat movie that this is a sequel to came out during COVID. Yes? Okay,
Listen,
we're going with that.
okay, sure. Yeah, let's go
It,
with
it
that.
it was out on HBO Max, also distributed by New Line Cinema, the home of the previous run of Mortal Kombat films. But this one was a little bit different, and I was a little bit bummed out that I didn't get to see it in theaters just because it probably was a great theater experience. This one I definitely saw in theaters because first and foremost, Johnny Cage is now the focus of the film and not Cole Young, which is played by Louis Tan in the first one. He did very well in the first one, but the Cole Young character, like it just didn't make any real sense to me in the canon, and it just kind of felt like he got lost a little bit. But in this movie, Johnny Cage is more the focus, and Carl Urban as Johnny Cage, like sign me the fuck up, like right now, just here, take my money, it's fine. I liked Mortal Kombat 2 because it felt like a true Mortal Kombat film. Like the first one felt a little bit disjointed, trying to explain that familial connection between the aforementioned Cole Young and Scorpion, played brilliantly by Hiroyuki Sanada, recently of the Shogun fame. Very, very great casting when it comes to the Scorpion character. The
Yeah, sure.
what? Just
No,
if you
nothing. Just
okay,
keep talking.
who are you casting as Scorpion then?
Scorpion's a dude in a mask. You could literally cast anyone on Earth.
Okay, well I would appreciate it if they had like some Asian American features, you know? Okay, representation, it matters. Okay,
Yeah, representation of dudes in masks.
they're kung fu god. Never mind. Okay, in this particular movie, Mortal Kombat 2, the story of Earthrealm versus
The
Outworld.
story. Okay.
Can you let me? Okay. You know, I'm powering through this. I'm powering through this despite your commentary. I'm powering through it, whether you like it or not. The story of Earthrealm versus Outworld is key in Mortal Kombat, kind of has been since the outset, really came to prominence in the Mortal Kombat 3 video game. And the film seems to be pushing that in that direction. The franchise is going in that direction. And I say, great, fucking fantastic. That's what the game is based on. So I love that. Martin Ford as Shao Kahn is just menacing as fuck and just like towers over everyone, which is what you want from the person playing Shao Kahn. So that was brilliant. There are some new combatants with a K in this film that weren't in the first one. Katana, Jade, who is Katana's bodyguard in this movie, Baraka's in this movie, Sindel's in this movie, Quan Chi. They all make sense to me when I watch this film. When I see the new mortal combatants in Mortal Kombat 2, like they all weave into the story like very well. They don't seem like they're characters outside of the main story doing their own thing. Like in a way, they all feel like they matter. They don't feel like fillers or like fan service. Now, Mortal Kombat 3, the movie, the sequel to this one, is possible depending on the reception of this current Mortal Kombat film. Currently, it's at 64% on Rotten Tomatoes under critics and then 88% for fans and just random posters. I do have one request though, like for any, and this is going to Jeremy Slater, who wrote Mortal Kombat and has written the last two, I believe. For any of the new combatants that you want to put in the next Mortal Kombat film, like choose ones that make sense to the story you're writing. Mortal Kombat 1 was great, small list of combatants. Mortal Kombat 2 kind of kept the list still kind of small. But for this next one, if there is a next one, like don't subject yourself to fan pressure, right? Yes, characters like Aaron Black or Takeda or Kenshi, like, yeah, they're cool. If you can write a story that includes them in some way that makes sense, sure. If not, don't shoehorn them in. I do think in the next one, I think you have to bring, hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, Kuai Liang.
This is killing
The
me. This is
it's
physically killing.
that's the unmasked Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat
Sure.
3, Bihan's younger brother. I'd be cool if he was in the third one, but like outside of that, like characters that make sense. Like I don't need random striker. I don't need like Ermac. I feel doesn't make sense. Tremor, I feel doesn't really make sense. So like, yeah, progress this whole like Earthrealm versus Outworld story. Like I know there's wanting to get to the God Liu Kang arc, but like I don't think that's necessary. Like only 3 films in, like you're still focus on Earthrealm versus Outworld. You'll be fine for a while. You'll be good for quite some time. Teebs, any
Uh,
thoughts at all on Mortal Kombat 2? Like any?
um,
Or would you like to just wait until I force you to watch this when I come out in July?
first of all, and this is a hardcore statement.
Okay.
That might have been the nerdiest thing that ever happened on this podcast.
Well, thank you. I will take my award. I will take my trophy. I don't know what it is.
Holy shitball.
Listen, I'm in on the Mortal Kombat franchise. These last 2 films have
Are
been
you? Are
fantastic.
you're in on the Mortal Kombat franchise?
These last two
You're
movies I
in.
feel have been fantastic. Yes, I'm 1,000% in.
When was the last
Jeremy
time you
Slater, New
played an
Line, they're doing
NRS
great
game?
work. Huh?
When is the last time you played an NRS game?
Okay, so for those of you that don't know, NRS stands for Never Realm Studios.
Nether
Nether
realms.
Nether Nether Realm Studios. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Hmm.
I know what you were talking about. Probably Injustice 2.
Yeah, so a long time ago.
It's been a while. I did play a little Mortal Kombat 1. I did do that. I have played 11. I played 1. I like them both, and you're gonna find this hilarious, but like I don't care. But the story modes in Mortal Kombat games, the last 2, have been fucking fun. They're fun, man. Like I'm sorry, they are.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so this is Mortal Kombat 2, not to be confused with Mortal Kombat Annihilation,
Not to
which
be
is
confused with
also
that.
Mortal Kombat 2.
No, that's Mortal Kombat Annihilation. We like that listen, I'm glad that they've just gone to like 1, 2, and 3. Like that's fine. I don't need subtext.
Also, not to be confused with Mortal Kombat 2, the game from 1995. Also,
Why?
not to be confused
Why?
with the game that comes after Mortal Kombat 1, which I don't even know the goddamn name of it anymore. I don't even know what that game's called at this point.
So that game has not been released yet.
All right, so that's coming. So functionally there will be 5
5
independent
different.
entities called Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah, but
Like
you can
what are we doing?
you can
What are we
differentiate
doing?
you can
What is
differentiate
happening in
between the
America
movies
right
and
now?
the video games though. Like clearly they're movies and clearly they're video games.
This is all I have to say. If Christopher Lambert shows up in these movies at any point, I quit Hollywood. I quit.
No, they're
I
not doing
quit.
that. No, they're
I'm
not doing
done.
that. We're not getting the multiverse project of the Mortal Kombat
You
franchise. We're not
watch.
getting
That
that.
shit is going to happen.
We're not
Mortal
getting
Kombat
that.
3, Christopher Lambert will be there. It's going
No.
to happen. He will be there, and the dude from Big Trouble in Little China that Raiden's actually based on. They'll all
Listen,
be there.
listen. I want the unmasked Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat 3 in the next movie. Maybe like I'll take Cassie Cage. Like that's fine. For those of you that don't know the canon, Cassie Cage is Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade's daughter. I believe she debuted in Mortal Kombat 10. Yes. Okay. Moving on. Teebs, you have something on your quote unquote hype meter. I hope. I'm guessing.
I do not.
There's some
There
horror
are
stuff in here.
yeah, there's Evil Dead, there's Evil Dead Burn, which is a sequel to Evil Dead Rise, which is a sequel to Evil Dead 2013,
2013.
which is a kind of sequel to Army of Dark, which is a no, sorry, which is a kind of sequel to the series Ash vs. Evil Dead, which is a sequel to Army of Darkness.
Are we all up to task on that? There's that new Insidious movie that's also coming out. Nothing.
Okay, listen, look,
You're the horror guy. I have to ask you these questions.
Insidious should have stopped. The first one was cool. George Lucas should have sued somebody, but that's fine.
Wow.
Insidious 2 and 3, I don't need them. They're fine. I don't need them. There are sequels that I am excited about, but none of them are in the summertime. Except
Okay.
for maybe Air Bud Returns. I mean, who doesn't like a good Air Bud movie, you know?
Okay, so am I right in saying that I'm the only one that has any kind of excitement for some of these summer sequels that are coming out?
Why? Okay. I have some
That's a
excitement for.
legitimate question. I'm not trying to be a jerk.
No, I know you're not trying to be a jerk. I am also not trying to be a jerk. Jackass Best and Last might be fun.
That was actually on my list too, but I crossed it off for something else. Because
Spider-Man.
I remember going to see Jackass 3D with you and Omar. I think.
I mean, Spider-Man: Brand New Days. I like
Okay, let's all right.
who's the villain in that?
Let
Who's the
okay
villain?
okay. Let's talk about this. So my worry with
It's
Spider-Man: Brand New
Scorpion.
Day.
That's right. That's right.
My worry with this movie is the same as most MCU pictures. So this is the only MCU movie before Avengers Doomsday in December. So how much of this movie is just a setup for that, and how much is going to be this like grounded Spider-Man New York adventure that we've been asking for like 6 years?
The MCU doesn't do grounded adventures.
They really don't.
That's not what they're about. It's
But
not their
at the same
oeuvre.
time, let's be honest. Like Spider-Man is kind of the only character the MCU has done right since Endgame. Like is that fair?
That's only because they had 3 Spider-Men to choose from.
Yeah, that's true.
You're gonna get one of them right.
I mean, listen, Shang-Chi should have been something. And the fact that we've had so many Marvel projects without a Shang-Chi 2 is like it's criminal. It's absolutely criminal.
Hey,
I mean,
don't blame us. China should have watched that. Should have gone to see it more.
the Teebs and KidPhoenix podcast apologizes to all of our Chinese listeners. Both Far From Home and No Way Home were, in my opinion, bangers. I don't know what you thought of those, but
Far From Home, again, I don't know how good an actual movie it was because it had a fucking headlock on my 17-year-old self. Actually, I was older than that when the original Spider-Man movie came out. So we're not getting into that. We're not discussing that.
Okay, so you just confuse Far From Home with No Way Home. Far From Home is the one where they're in Europe with Mysterio.
Whichever home it is this time, god damn it.
Now, I will say, because it's kind of, in my opinion, the only character they're doing right, I do kind of want to see how they incorporate, like, Frank Castle into this. Like, is it for one scene? Is it for the whole movie? Like, how and where does Mark Ruffalo's Hulk fit into all this? Like, and like you were saying, like, who's the villain? It feels like they're trying to do too much, and it all kind of feels like a giant setup for Doomsday. And if that's the case, I don't really want to see it, need to see it, etc.
Uh, what else? A Toy Story 5 is an interesting. I mean, look, pick.
I love the concept of. Can I just say how much I love the concept of Toy Story 5?
All right, so the toys are gonna fight tablets. That's what's gonna happen.
Yes, I think a better way to explain it is like how do these toys deal with the rise and interest in technology for children as opposed to like old school toys? Like
Well,
I don't know if they're fighting tablets per se. Like I don't think Woody is going to be out here throwing haymakers to a fictional iPad. At least I don't think that would be the case, but we'll see what happens.
look. So the real, the real title of this movie should be Toy Story 5. Our last two ideas bombed, so we're just cranking out the hits. That's what this movie should be called.
Wow. Wow. Holy Jesus. Wow. Just
What were the last two Pixar movies?
that's just hot takeism right there. Toy Story 3 and 4?
No, the last two Pixar movies.
Last two Pixar movies.
Wasn't it the one about the kid that got abducted by the aliens, but like the aliens didn't want him, so they wound up sending him back? Just like
So
anybody with that movie?
so Hoppers came out in March.
That's a Pixar movie?
That was a Pixar movie, yes. And
Jesus.
then Elio was before that. And that was June of last.
Elio. Right. Elio.
Wow.
Like the pizza. His name is like the pizza.
Okay, so yeah, all right. So Pixar, we're back to playing the hits, okay? Because the only three things upcoming for Pixar that I can see are Toy Story 5, and then Gato, which I'm actually
Mm-hmm.
kind of interested in, and
Mm-hmm.
then the Incredibles 3. Okay, so we're back to playing the hits. We're back to
Incredibles
playing
3.
the safe stuff.
Followed by Monsters Graduate Program, and which will then be followed by Monsters Postdoctoral Work.
And then after that, Monsters Retirement Plan.
Um, Live action Moana.
Who
Is The Rock
cares?
in it?
Yes, he is.
Who cares?
I have thoughts about that one. We'll push
Let's
that.
hear it. We're here now. We're
Okay.
here now.
So one of the prompts that like one of the portions of the prompts that Sarah pointed out was just like how many of these things like legitimately move the story, how many like actually function in some way that aren't legitimate cash grabs. And live action Moana is 1,000% a cash grab. They are not
1,000,000%.
they are not shy about that at all. And that's fine, but you're not grabbing my cash. I'll just put it that way.
Listen, I appreciate it for all the, I don't know, Polynesian's not a good thing to say anymore, right? It's no good.
I don't know. I can somebody like check us on the socials because I'm not really sure.
Listen, I'm
Pacific
happy for all
Islanders?
the Pacific Islander homies.
Yeah, okay, yeah, let's go
I
with that.
appreciate all of you dudes. I don't need this. You guys go see it. You guys eat it all.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not for us.
I'll be over here waiting for live action Princess and the Frog.
Yeah, yeah, 1,000%.
Except unfortunately we can't do live action Princess and the Frog because Lance Reddick is dead.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah. No Lance Reddick
can't do it.
and can't do it. Can't do it. Can I reference another? This is a remake. Okay, Scary Movie 2026, like the one that's coming out the one that's coming out on Friday,
Okay,
as a matter of fact.
hold on.
Go ahead.
Stop.
What?
Okay, listen, Hollywood. Listen to what camera is Hollywood on?
Hollywood is always on camera too.
All right, hold on. Which one is camera?
Yeah, that
Hollywood.
one. Yeah, there you
Listen,
go. Yeah.
listen. For fuck's sake. If you make a movie that is an actual sequel or another movie in a series, either number it or give it a fucking subtitle. None of this Scream 20 whatever fucking year Scream 6 comes out, because all it's going to happen is I'm just going to wind up calling it Scream 6. I know what it is. You know what it is. Final Destination. I know what it is. It's listen. Stop with that.
You know
Stop it.
what? You know what? Final Destination is a bad example because like Final Destination, there have been four or there've been many more than one final. Like, I'm sorry, Final Destination means Final Destination. God damn it, that's just a hill that I die on. But anyway,
I would like to point out that the Final Fantasy series is now in its like 18th
oh, that's true. All right,
incarnation. So
but see, even with that, I haven't bought a Final Fantasy game since 7.
why would you? Why would you?
Okay, so here's why this new scary movie, which again comes out on Friday, here's why this one's important. It's the first scary movie since 2 where the Wayne's family was directly involved. They famously walked away from the franchise due to monetary and concept disagreements with Miramax. There's a story out there that like the studio wanted to pay Sean and Marlon the same amount of money as the Scary Movie 2, which came out in 2001, and that was basically a pay cut. So they were just like, "All right, we're done." And then Scary Movie 3 came out. Kevin Smith was attached to it for like a hot second, but then he walked away from it. All of the original foursome are returning to reprise their roles. So Sean Wayans, Marlon Wayans, Anna Faris is back, and then Regina Hall is back. Let me ask you this, Steve. With the quote unquote reception and success of the Scream return, was a Scary Movie return kind of inevitable?
I mean, it was probably an inevitable given the success of horror movies right now. This movie will probably do some business. It's fine. I'm not going to go see it. I've never seen any scary
No,
movie. I
you're
haven't
not
seen
even,
any. I've never seen any scary movie in the theater. I'll wait for this to go onto streaming. It does not.
dude. Come on, man. For the culture, for the Wayans brothers. Come on, man.
Look, I saw him. Okay, I'm
Uh,
done with the Wayans brothers
wow.
for a while.
You talk about horror movies and like so the last there were 2 horror movies that came out this past weekend and they like made bank over the weekend and it just listen, you've said it before. Horror movies, good horror movies are cheap to make and people want to go see them.
The Mandalorian just got pants.
Got pantsed by backdoors and what was the other one? I
Obsession.
Obsession. Yeah. Yeah. Both those movies like just pulled the Mandalorian and Grogu's pants down and just like gave him turbo wedgies, okay?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you all you nerds something right now.
Real quick. 69, I'm reading right now. 69% drop in ticket sales from weekend 1 to weekend 2 for Mandalorian and Grogu. Holy
Right.
shit.
The hardcores came out. They got their fill of like the hardcores and the Baby Yoda fans came out and they saw it and they're done. Like there's
And they
nothing
went
there for
home.
anyone else. There's nothing there for anyone else. Listen up here, nerds. Horror's taken over. I was at I was
Not
look,
wrong.
I was at Monster Palooza this weekend.
He's not wrong, nerds. He's not wrong.
Big, big, big numbers. Had a lot of Comic-Con in 2012 energy.
Oh,
A
really?
lot of it. A lot of that energy.
Okay.
And aside from that, I saw Paul W.S. Anderson there, and I said, "What do you think of the remake? What do you think of the reboot Mortal Kombat series?" And he said it was bullshit. So just letting you know.
I thought you were gonna ask him what he thought of the Resident Evil reboot that's coming in September, I believe.
Why would I ask him that?
You're not going to see that
No, why would I ask Paul W.S. Anderson what he thought of the Resident Evil reboot?
because he did the original Resident Evil films.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, all
There
right,
have
yeah,
never been Resident Evil films.
fine. Okay, so I'm just adding
I
to
got
the
him.
list of.
I got
I'm
him to
just gonna
sign my
add
copy.
that to the list of things that I'm making you watch when I come out in July. So okay, so Mortal Kombat
I've
2,
listen. I
Resident
got him to sign
Evil
my copy of Soldier, and I'm
Apocalypse.
happy. I'm happy.
You legit have an autographed copy of Soldier now?
No, I don't, but
Okay.
I am very excited for it. Another horror show in Ontario, California, coming up in the next couple of weeks.
I need to go to a
And then
horror
after
show.
that, another horror show in August, and then another horror show here in San Diego in September and October. Listen,
I need to find a horror
nerds,
show on the East Coast. Like, what the hell?
there's definitely a big one in Pittsburgh.
I
Uh,
would like to try some sheets in Pittsburgh.
I'm
I'll have to
just
think about
saying,
that.
I'm just saying, you know, horror is taking off. I'm right in the middle of it right now. I'm planted. I'm firmly posted up.
Yeah.
I'll, you know,
Teebs has been posted up for quite some time on that hill,
mhm.
so yeah.
when when Doomsday crashes and burns and the whole edifice of super movies goes down the toilet, superhero movies goes down the toilet, I'm gonna be over here laughing with my screen mask on. But that's
I
just me.
have listen, we can't get into that because I have hope for Supergirl, I have hope for Lanterns, but whatever. Real quick, you keep talking about, like, all this great horror stuff and all these great horror properties. There have been a lot of horror movies that have come out since Scary Movie 2 in 2001, and even, like, the last 5, 10 years. Like, if you were going to see Scary Movie on Friday, are there any horror movies that you would be looking forward to that they did parody? I mean, like, Sinners is the obvious.
They probably won't parody Sinners. I mean, they're gonna do Weapons,
Weapons is a good one.
maybe The Substance, but
That's a good one too.
there's already clips of their parodying of The Substance, so,
Alright. Let's see. Did we miss anything? So we did talk about Jackass Best and Last. Toy Story 5 we hit. Nothing else really comes to mind. What else did I text you that we should probably hit on?
we didn't talk about Devil Wears Prada 2, but I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the original. I have no connection to it. I have no feelings about it, so,
Right.
um,
It's one of those things where it's just like it's probably a good film, but it's just not for us.
look, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm a straight dude. I got no business at watching that movie. Super Troopers 3, like, why? Why? Why?
That yeah,
Why?
okay. Okay. I'm sorry. Super Troopers is like one of my it's a guilty pleasure franchise. Like I don't know if I'll go opening weekend, but I'll go see it on a $5 Tuesday when that comes up. I'm trying to think, when does that even that's July, right? Like I wonder if I can go see
So,
that.
are they gonna actually have edibles for sale at the theater when that movie is playing, or
We'll have to find out, but I'm just saying. It'll be fun time. It'll be a raucous time for people that go. And
oh,
okay, so that's
yeah.
August. That's August 7th.
Like Minions and Monsters? Is this a sequel to Minions or a sequel to Despicable Me? I don't know what's happening.
It just says that it's the 7th in the Minions franchise.
Holy shitballs. Steve Carell, keep cashing them
Keep
checks.
cashing them checks, Steven. Okay. With this like wave of sequels and reboots, like I think we've established the live action Moana as a cash grab. Are there any of these sequels? I've already talked about it. Like Mortal Kombat 2, like 100% expands on the world that was created in the first Mortal Kombat movie. That is 100%. That is verified and solidified. So I don't hear anything about that. The new Scary Movie, it seems like a cash grab, but at the same time, there's some cultural significance to it. Like the fact that the Wayans brothers are back in the fold of this franchise. It was stolen from them. So like it's they'll make it's not advancing anything. It's just a good time at the movies, which is fantastic. Like that's what I was just talking about this with my coworker like earlier this morning. Like we can't go to fucking movies anymore and just like enjoy them,
What are you
right?
talking about?
Here's what
That's
I'm talking
all we got now.
here's what I'm talking about. Here's what I'm going with this. There's a straight line and you're going from A to B and like that's it. And during that movie, it's not like a build up to like C, D, E, all like that. Like you're just going, there's a beginning, a middle, an end, that's it. I'm home and I'm digesting everything that I just saw. And maybe it's good that I'm a little bit older and I'm looking forward to more movies like, all right, I want to preface this by saying I'm not 100% a film bro, but god damn it, opening weekend, I will be there for the Odyssey. I don't care how long it is. I know it's going to be 7.5 goddamn hours, but I'm going to see the Odyssey opening weekend. That is happening. That is 1,000% happening, and you can't stop me.
My God. Okay, well, listen. Just make sure, just make sure that you wear some,
I,
galoshes or some
I'm,
some
I'm wearing,
weatherproof boots.
I'm wearing diapers,
Just
man.
because you're gonna be, no, no, no.
I'm wearing
Just make sure that
Depends.
you're.
I'm not getting
Listen,
up. I'm not standing up.
listen.
I'm not
Just,
leaving the theater.
just make sure. Just, just make sure you're wearing weatherproof boots. So, like when you're stepping in all that fucking
All the Nolan shit.
all the Nolan fan jizz all over the theater. Jesus Christ. It's gonna be like going to the Foreign Theater on 22nd Street in the 90s. It's out of control.
Okay, I need you to like generalize that
I
reference.
can't.
Okay,
Listen, that one's for us Philly old heads.
that is okay.
You'll get it.
Yeah, I'll get it.
They get it.
So another movie that has some kind of like significance other than like making money. Again, another one that I'll be there for opening weekend. I don't care what you say. I don't really give a shit. Coyote versus Acme. I'm there opening weekend. I'm there. I may even go. I may even go the Thursday before the Friday
Yeah,
release,
I'm gonna
which I
go. I'm gonna
typically
go see.
don't do.
I am excited. I'm excited to go see this one.
Are you really? Or you just fucking with me?
I really am. I'm really excited to see it because I'm going to see it and I'm going to walk out of the theater and I'm going to find the largest, biggest group of people that I can find. I'm going to walk right up to them and I'm going to say, they probably shouldn't have come out with it.
Yo, listen. Okay.
And they probably should have left it under wraps.
It's a
Probably
very
shouldn't have come out.
simple premise, and I think again, beginning, middle, end. Wile E. Coyote is suing the Acme Corporation for all of the tools and things that he has gotten from them that has backfired on him. That's just amazing. That's
Okay,
hilarious.
first of all, does
John
anyone
Cena is in this movie as the corrupt lawyer of the Acme Corporation.
does anyone under the age of 40 give a shit about the Roadrunner or the Coyote?
Probably not, but at the
Listen,
same time,
listen to me. Listen to me. Warner Brothers Pictures doesn't give a shit about Roadrunner and the Coyote. Okay?
I will not. I will not allow you to suck out my joy for my anticipation for this film. I will not allow it.
Is this the only time we're going to get a chance to talk about sequels? Because there are some that I am excited for.
Okay, so after okay, so what? Let's go post summer.
Very excited for there's
Practical
another
Magic 2. Yeah, I know.
oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Listen, I know people that are like very invested in the Practical Magic sequel.
Social Reckoning. It's the sequel to The Social Network.
Oh, shit, that is this year.
Paw Patrol, the Dino movie. No.
That's a damn lie. I know that is.
The Adventures of Cliff Booth. That's the sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, featuring Brad Pitt's character, directed by David Fincher.
Fincher's back in. Okay, my film bro heart just warmed a little bit knowing there's a new David Fincher movie coming
Look,
on the way.
let's not forget the big one, the big guy, the big man.
Dune 3?
Avengers, hell no. Dune 3.
Yeah. I'm not I've said this to many people. I could give less than a shit about Avengers Doomsday. My December is reserved specifically for the Lisan Al Gaib. Like that's my December. Period. End of discussion.
I'm showing up to the theater.
I'm going in a full worm costume. That is happening.
I'm going to the
I
theater
shit you not.
with a kiddie pool full of sand that I'm just going to sit in and enjoy this movie.
I don't think. Okay. So is this Dune run? Is this like reminiscent of like anything from like the 90s when you're a teenager or like the early aughts or anything
Batman.
like
The
that.
closest thing is like the two Burton Batman
The
movies.
two Burton
It's just
Batmans, yeah.
so visually like,
It's so
holy
good.
crap, what is in my eyeballs right now?
And the famous story between me and Teebs is that I'd never seen the original Dune. I saw the Dune remake. I saw it with our father. And then I went home. I watched the original Dune after I left the theater. So like 6 hours of Dune just like encapsulated my life. I was like, holy shit. How who why did no one put me on game to this?
Listen, whatever theater is doing 9 straight hours of Dune, sign me up.
Sign me up. I'll be
I'll buy
there.
my tickets right now.
I'll be there. Like that's fine. Like I'll take off work if I have to. And that's the thing. This Dune run, like to me personally, it feels very like Matrixy as far as like the hype for it and the visuals
Oh yeah, I'll
of the
give you that.
movie.
I'll give you the Matrix. Yeah, that's
Like
fine.
when the Matrix first came out in 1999, like my brain and my eyeballs, like I didn't know what the hell I had just watched, and
Dune is
I felt
okay, so
similarly coming out of the first two Dune pictures.
listen, I don't think anything's gonna like top for me the movie going experience of when I saw The Matrix. That might have been literally the only movie that actually that like blew my mind. Like and like not an exaggeration. Like it literally blew my mind.
Brain matter on the floor.
Brain matter all over the floor. What this did is visually tell a story. Um, a big story, a gigantic and nuanced and complex story that I didn't think that they would actually it's kind of like when it's kind of like when Lord of the Rings. It's more like Lord of the Rings. It's more
Oh
like
yeah.
it's
That's
like holy shit, they're actually doing this is actually happening.
and
They're
they're
not
doing it
fucking with it.
well.
They're not trying to like nobody's wearing leather. Okay, they were wearing leather, but
They
you know what I
were
mean.
wearing leather.
It's not like how the X-Men had been leather because nobody wanted to see like they didn't Hollywoodize it. They just here's some fucking hobbits, you guys. And like
Mm.
that's what I feel like this Dune run was. It was like, holy shit, they're doing it and they're preserving the majority of the weirdness and all the like little nooks and crannies that make it so great.
Now after Dune 3, like you're big into the bag for the Dune franchise in general, but like
Mhm.
what's next after Dune Part 3, or is like this is it?
I don't think there's going to be Dune Part 3 because honestly,
Or Part
a
4, I
Dune
mean.
Part 4 because honestly, after Part 3, it gets a little weird.
Yeah, so you don't think
It gets a little out of control.
you don't
And
think they'll
I don't think a regular movie audience is going to sit around for what the Children of Dune has to say.
remind me. This is
Honestly, I don't know how the movie audience is going to react to a lot of the shit Dune Heretic has to say, but we'll see.
all right, so that's my question. So Dune 3, is that based more off of Heretic or Messiah?
It's
Remind
off
me.
of Dune. Oh, sorry. Dune Messiah. Sorry. Not
So
Heretics. Heretics is late. Dune Messiah. Yeah.
so that's what 3 is more based on.
Yeah, because they told the story. They pretty much told the story of the first movie and the first two movies. Dune Messiah is smaller, so they could probably get to they don't need another two movies to finish it off. And it really does end Paul's story very nicely.
All right, I have to look it up, just because I want to know exactly what I'm getting myself into. All right, so Dune 3, according to the internet, has a runtime of 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Perfect.
That's fine. The first one was 2.5, and then the part 2 was damn near 3 hours. I
Right.
don't know how the hell I got through it, but I did. I don't. It's fine. If there are any sequels that we missed or things that we should have touched on but didn't get to it because they're just not for us, then that is perfectly fine. You want to know how you do that?
Yeah.
Get to us on socials. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Blue Sky, TikTok, YouTube, full video episodes on YouTube when they are available. If you missed last week's big news, we have a panel at San Diego Comic Con this year. we are allowed to say what it is, but not specifically when and where. It is going to be Teebs and KidPhoenix versus Tips for the Aging Nerd. We will have Whoopi on the panel as well as Vince Alvendia on the panel, friends of the podcast. We're only allowed to say that we're at San Diego Comic-Con. That's all we can say until we get the custom Eddie Ibrahim signal that shines over the San Diego Convention Center. I want to say around mid-July. Like, I think that goes up.
Yeah, it's in the shape of a giant E.
It's the shape of a giant E with a cool front-facing baseball cap, and like that's it. Teebs, you mentioned you had some shows coming up. What do you got coming up soon-ish? Other
Nothing.
than other than other than the movement to get Teebs a table at Artist Alley. Hashtag Teebs for
It's
Artist
not looking
Alley.
good, guys. It's not looking good.
You
It's
you, you
looking pretty
talked to some
bad.
people.
Things are pretty bleak. I talked to some people. People
And
seem people seem upset. They seem like they're tired of talking to people and trying to, say no to people. So I've made my plea. I made my request. We'll see what happens.
bribery doesn't
Com
work.
Clearly, the exhibits team that doesn't love me no more.
Oh,
That's fine.
that's not true.
That's fine.
That's not true.
Listen,
Because
I've
you're on
always got
two
the
panels this
programs.
summer.
No, the programs team, we're still cool. Exhibits team, they don't love me no more. That's fine. Me and the
Well,
programs team, cool.
yeah, I'm totally down. We love the
Love the
programs
programs
team.
team.
I
That's
have
my favorite team.
I have no personal relationship with the exhibits team, so I can't speak to that. I'm
And
sure
listen,
Teebs is
I
kidding when he says things about the exhibits
look,
team. Like, I'm
no,
sure they're
listen.
fine. I'm sure they're great people.
I love the exhibits team. They don't, for whatever reason, they don't love me back. That's fine. Listen, it's an unrequited love. It's fine. It's just something that I'm going to have to deal with and get over in my own time. And, I'm a big boy. Like, we all deal with a little heartbreak in our life. And, this is just something that I'm just going to have to like get over and, play some Morrissey songs and just like get in my feelings for it a while, but I'll be fine. Listen, listeners, don't worry. I'll be on the other side of this. Teebs will be just fine.
All right.
But that is really the reason I'm wearing the sunglasses.
All right. We are
Because
gonna
I've
get
been
out of here.
crying because of not getting
See,
a
you're
table.
making my co-host cry, and now like this is not how I wanted to end the podcast with like tears streaming down Teebs' face. Like I didn't want that.
I'm very
But now I
emotional right
have
now.
it, and god damn it, I have no choice. I got to end it anyway. So
Yeah.
god damn it. Okay, we'll work this out.
All
We'll
right.
get this done.
Yeah.
Until next week, Teebs and KidPhoenix, we're out of here. Talk to everybody soon.
Later.